Hello, everybody. Once again, it is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I'm your host, Barry Welsh. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and I look forward to your comments. We are joined tonight by Angry Knuckles. Angry Knuckles is a follower of Angry Viking and somebody that I say a lot on this show that I want to hear from all sides, and I can't get anybody to talk to me from the Trump side. And Knuckles said, "I'll come on and talk to you." So I appreciate you doing so, my man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we don't
So
get nowhere if we don't talk.
right. So the Angry Viking kind of popped up because of Grandmaster Jay, and I was fearful of both of them being in Louisville at the same time. Were you in Louisville by chance for the Derby, for that rally with Angry Viking?
I was not.
Okay.
I came across the Angry Viking. Well, first off, I want to just put out there I am not officially part of their organization. I'm just a follower. I'm someone who does watch them faithfully,
Okay.
and I have talked to other people who follow them. I've been on their show a couple times and so on. Not directly with Angry Viking, but um, I just want to put that out there that I'm not officially part of their organization. I am just a follower. Now, I came across the Angry Viking also when you did with the Louisville, um, you know, with them meeting up with GMJ. Now, I watched that over online, and I mean, I'm gonna say I'm glad there was no violence. Um, but I do believe that they were justified to be there. Um, that's my point of thinking.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah. No, I'm not going to argue that. What is the current status of the Angry Viking group, since you're an ardent follower? Is it because I got reports that it had fractured and it was going to hell in a handbasket, basically.
let me tell you something, okay?
Sure.
Uh, you know, as we all know, first off, we're all human, each and every one of us. We all bleed red. We breathe the same air. Um, we're all human, so we all go through hard times. Now, everything I say is out there on the internet. You just got to do a little bit of research. You got to do a little bit of looking around, per se.
Okay.
Um, and as we all know, Angry Viking, they set up a rally out in Florida, um, and I watch your shows. I know you were trying to go down there for quite a while, and then you changed your mind.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I believe you did on one of your videos. You had said that the turnout wasn't as good. Um,
True.
and the thing is it wasn't okay. They took a loss. It costs money to do stuff like that. Uh,
Absolutely.
Viking, when they go do a rally, they don't just show up like BLM and Antifa and pull a protest so they don't have to pull permits. They do it the right way. They pull a permit, they go through the legal channels, they do what they're supposed to do, like normal people should.
Right.
Uh, and you know, they went down there and they did not get the turnout. And the biggest thing is as we know, as national security concerns are, when you know when either the president or vice president does a rally, they don't tell you very long in advance because of national security
Right.
concern.
Right.
So one of the things is that uh, it just so happened that on the same day, about if I'm not mistaken, just across the way, maybe 5 miles away, Pence was having a rally.
On the
Now,
same day
as
as Viking decided to have his in Florida.
yes, and they had all the permits. They had already paid for the permits. We're talking roughly $10,000 to $12,000. They flew multiple people out there on their own dime to be speakers, including people of color. Um, to be able to have this big rally, and we all know that when we picture something, when we are so hyped up and we are excited for something, and then all of a sudden something happens and it doesn't go right, you get depressed.
Absolutely.
You get depressed. You kind of feel like you let people down. You start to maybe question yourself. You start to feel like, where did I go wrong or something like that. Now,
Do you think that was where Viking was at after that rally?
I absolutely do. Everybody's
Okay.
human,
Yeah.
I absolutely do. And I believe there is a video out there where he has said that, he was in a state of depression. Viking, let me tell you something. Viking has and I try to read people. When I'm listening to them, when I'm watching them, I watch their body language. I watch how they act, the words that they use. And I can tell you that Viking has never done anything for me to question me personally. I believe Viking is a stand-up guy.
I kind of, I'm along the same line. I've said that on here before. I think he speaks from his heart, and I think he believes what he's saying. I don't think he's an agent or anything like that. Like some people, you know how that goes around. That typical internet conspiracy. Everybody's a government agent, and while I don't agree with literally everything he says. Again, I think, I respect the fact that he speaks what I believe he believes. And, that's what the country's about, really. You don't have to agree with everybody. Everybody just has the right to speak their own truth.
Exactly. And you see, that's why I reached out to you, because I've heard you time and time again talk about how you wanted somebody that is a Trump supporter to talk to. And, first and foremost, I there's a few things. I don't agree with everything you say, but that doesn't mean we can't sit down and have a talk.
Yeah,
We have to have dialect. If you don't sit down and have a talk, then where is it going to lead to? It's going to lead to what's happening out there now.
absolutely.
That's exactly what people have to stop doing, is what they're doing now, and people need to sit down and talk.
I agree.
Um,
Dialogue is crucial. You're right.
And the other thing is too, right, is we all know, and I won't get too much into myself on this. If I ever come back on the show, I can go in deeper. But one of the things I want to just point out is because it is relevant to what's going on today, is that I had to learn growing up that if you do not talk to people and you bottle it up, eventually when it comes out, it's not going to be good.
That's a damn good point, my friend. That's a
Huh?
damn good point. Yeah, absolutely.
And that,
Absolutely.
I think has happened now, is I think people have shut their mouth for so long and they have bottled things up for so long that now it's coming out in a way that I feel our country is at danger.
I do too. Yeah.
But like I said, I won't go too much into myself, and unless we go that route. But I just want to put that out there, that people have to talk. People have to get things off their chest. Us as men, or at least me, where a lot of men are brought up that if you show emotion,
You're weak.
you're weak. Okay. And I used to think that.
Yes.
Uh, if I had a family member who passed away, and I would not shed a tear in front of anybody until I went away.
Yeah.
Just because of that thought.
Yeah, we're
But
supposed to be rocks. We're supposed to be, and 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 that's dangerous because you get, like you said, you get stuff bottled up. It's going to come out, and when it does come out, it's generally ugly.
absolutely. And one of the other reasons why I wanted to talk to you also is um, some of the things, like I said, we don't agree on everything, and I wanted to set a couple things straight.
Okay.
Um, you know, I don't know if you really believe it, or maybe I'm taking it wrong. But first off, not every Trump supporter is, crazy per se. We there's different levels of Trump supporters. Okay, you have Trump supporters that are crazy, and then Trump supporters that will agree with, um, let's say 95% of what Trump says.
Okay.
Uh, you know what I mean? For instance, me, I believe a lot of what he says, but I do take the COVID very seriously.
Okay.
Um, it might be because of my health problems and because I take care of my elderly grandparents. Uh, but that is something I take very serious.
Okay.
Um, so, that's one thing I wanted to put out there.
Okay. And that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Just as there are different levels of support for whomever, there are different levels of people support for Trump. There are some that just voted for him, and now that the election's over, they're ready to move on. There are some that are so invested in him that without him, they're not sure what they're going to do.
And I will say, I don't think, personally, me,
Yeah.
I don't think our country can move on right now without him. I do think
Why is that? Can you expound on that a little bit?
I will try to explain. So I do also want to put this out. This is my very first extensive interview.
You're
So
doing fine, man.
forgive me on that, but I will
You're
try
good.
to explain my the best as I can. And if you don't understand something, let me know, and I'll try to get deeper into it. But the way I look at it is, so I never used to be political. I never used to care who was president, who
Right.
was this, who was that. Um, until Obama came into office. When Obama came into office, I thought he was a joke. And it has nothing to do with his color or nationality or anything. It's just the way he did things. I didn't agree with it. And then when it was Trump and Hillary, there was a lot of things that was said about how, and it, you could say, I guess it is conspiracy theorists, unless you find proof. But, there was rumors and talks of how, she let our people die in Benghazi. And whether or not that happened is whatever. But I, for one, thought Trump was the better pick on what he has done. And it's because I've had a lot of, for a long time, I've said that we need to get the politics out of office and we need a businessman to run our country. A businessman is exactly what he is. He's a businessman.
No, I won't argue that. He's a businessman, but
And I have always felt that the United States needs to, we need to worry about ourselves once. We have too many people out there that are homeless. We have too many veterans that have put their lives on the line, instead of sending billions of dollars over to this third world country, why don't we invest that billions of dollars into the buildings that are boarded up in our cities and make those into places for our homeless? Why don't we make those into, places for our veterans?
No argument there.
Somebody who's gone overseas and has put their life on the line and have seen the craziness that they have seen, to come back and not get the help they need or have to wait months or even years to get that help. I don't feel that the politicians that were in office was getting that done.
Okay.
Now, has Trump done any of what I just specifically said? No. But I do feel he would be one to get it done, because like I said, he's a businessman and he's putting America first. I've also said we have to stop with we have to bring jobs back to America. When my grandparents brought me up. Okay, my grandfather worked in shoe shops and everything else. You don't see any of that today here in America. You don't see the really big factories anymore. In certain places you do, but a lot of our stuff is made overseas. We could be opening up here and giving that jobs to our own people.
Hold on. I just want to get something clear in my own mind. Yep. You said that Trump puts America first. My perspective is Trump puts Trump first. Can you tell me how you think Trump puts America first?
Well, like I said, he has brought back jobs. The economy has been, if not the best ever, close to it since he's been in office. Our gas prices have been down. Just things have changed, and there's a very big difference from when Obama was in office to Trump. And if people can't see a change in like prices and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a huge difference in gas prices. Absolutely. And there's a big difference in the stock market. But there's also, because this virus has been allowed to grow to the proportions it has, there are millions and millions and millions of people that have lost their jobs, and the economy is not good. But yet people that support Trump keep holding on to the meme, if you will, that the economy's good. There are a lot of people struggling, and
absolutely.
But yet the rich keep getting richer, but the rest of us keep struggling more and more. Okay, that's my perspective. That's one of the places that we aren't going to agree on. And we can talk, and you'll come back on and we'll talk more about other things in depth. I want to get your opinion, because it's pertinent to today. What's going on in Salem, Oregon, where people calling themselves patriots, have occupied the state capitol. Do you support things like that? Does Angry Viking Group support things like that?
When you're talking about this matter, when did this happen? Because
it happened. I did a breaking news on it that came out probably around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it happened probably 3-4 hours before that. So three or four
earlier today.
Yeah, 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I cannot comment on that because I know nothing about it.
That's cool.
But yeah, but I would definitely get back to you with my thoughts.
All right. Yeah. And I put a breaking news up, like I said, about 6 p.m. Today, the 21st of December. So if nothing else, hop on the comments there and let me know what you think. So where are you at on the scale of, if Trump says, fight for my presidency, kill or die for my presidency, are you one that can see yourself doing that? Is Angry Viking in that place? Do you know?
I can't speak for anybody else.
Okay.
my point of it is, I don't look at it as I'm fighting really for Donald Trump.
Okay.
I look fighting for my country. I don't I don't have a lot of good thoughts about Biden. Um, and without, and I'm going to say this, right out like this, out of respect for you, without talking to you behind the scenes, there's a lot of stuff I don't want to say on your platform.
Okay.
It's out of respect for you.
I appreciate that.
But I try to be very selective on what I say. It's not because I hide about anything. As you see, I don't hide my face. I don't hide nothing. I just think that right now, it would be for my country that I would be fighting for.
Okay.
It is. I kind of want to leave with this, is that one thing that bothers me. I remember I was in high school when 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
I'm 31 years old. I was in actually middle school. Sorry, I was in middle school. And I remember the patriotism around this country was, we came together. It didn't matter your political party. It didn't matter your color. It didn't matter anything. As long as you were American, and there was American flags waving everywhere, and America, America, America. We are the greatest country on earth. Either way you look at it, listen, we all have problems. We all have problems. So, am I going to say that our country is perfect? No, but no other country has the type of freedom that we do. I also want to put out there real quick, and I'm probably sure this is going to bring back to another show. You're speaking to somebody, my brother and sister are half Puerto Rican.
Okay.
All right. I'm white, but I have family that are black. I have family that are Puerto Rican.
Awesome.
Literally blood. So, it has nothing to come down to that. And me and my family talk about this too, because they try to think and understand the same thing you do. But we cannot wait for another 9/11 to happen to come together.
Okay. I agree with that.
And we need to, like I said, is everything perfect in this country? No. But there's no other country that has the freedoms that we do. And one other thing I'm going to leave it on is, I would like to come back, because a lot of the stuff that you talk about, I would like to talk with you, not debate with you, but talk with you about it.
Yeah.
Don't believe in systemic racism. I don't believe that.
Okay.
Do I believe that some people of color get treated different? Yeah.
Okay.
But I also believe that, as an example, if I walk into the hood, I have a higher chance of getting jumped just for being white in the projects. All right. If I go into the hood and I go to the corner store, I get looked at different because I'm not black or Puerto Rican or Dominican or whatever that vicinity is. I have elderly family, that they make $2 more than what the minimum or the maximum is for food stamps. These are people who have worked all their lives and have health problems that can't work. They were approved for $15 in food stamps. But I know people of color that lie and say they have 6 or 7 kids, and they get $900 to $1,000 in food stamps, and they get away with it. How is that? It goes both ways. There's things that some white people could get away with, but then there's some things that people of color could get away with too. I would just like to talk to you more about it. And I know, we might not agree at the end, but maybe we could have a better understanding of why we look at things like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell you what, I would really like to do. I'd like to have you on a panel with,
Absolutely.
I've got a couple other people in mind. I think it'd make a great panel discussion. Just because we have to listen to each other before we can ever begin to understand each other. And once we start listening, once we start understanding, that's when we get to accepting, in my opinion. So I thank you so much for coming on the show, and we'll have you back on, Knuckles.
Absolutely. Let me know when. I'm more than glad to go on that panel and to be able to talk with everybody. I would love it.
I look forward to having you back on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Merry
Take care.
Christmas and have a great New Year.
You too.
All
Take care.
right.
Bye-bye.
It is the American Doofus Show. There you go, Angry Knuckles. And I do appreciate him coming on and speaking his mind. We're not always going to agree on everything, but I try to show all sides on here whenever possible. And some enlightening information from Knuckles there. And until next time, well, it is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. We will be back. There's more to come. More great episodes, more great guests, more great information, and as always, more things to give you something to think about. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I'm Barry Welsh.